What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Clark Ninja. So I have had a nightmare working on this three-wheeler here. It's a 1985 Suzuki ALT 185. They only made this engine on this three-wheeler for 1 year. Realized it was actually pretty dangerous, so they went back to what I think 80cc or 85cc the next year, and that continued until they quit making three-wheelers, until they were outlawed. Well, anyways, it has a similar setup to the four-wheeler LT 185 as far as your carburetor and your vacuum lines, but I couldn't find anything on YouTube to show me where to connect the vacuum lines at. Like, there's no other videos out there. And as a matter of fact, most of the videos are from like 12 years ago, so they're in like 40 pixels and you can't really see anything anyways. Well, yesterday, after tinkering around on this for a little bit, I finally got it running. It's a blast to ride. First, I thought this lever over here would be my clutch. Turns out it's what's called a decompression lever. Basically, well, if I pull the rope and I pull this in, it'll hold it in place. And it just makes pull starting it a whole lot easier. What it does, from my understanding, it opens a valve. So when you pull start it, that valve's held open, and it makes starting it easier. Well, anyways, a lot of people were saying, oh, you have to have the OEM Mikuni carb, which finding one that I can rebuild would still cost me $80. Well, as you guys know, I used to be into mini bikes not too long ago, and one of my favorite carbs to run was the PWK 24 on those mini bikes. So I got to looking, and I was like, you know what, I bet that'll fit that three-wheeler. So I tried it out, and I started having a little more success, but I was still having a hard time getting the fuel pulse to feed the carburetor. So that's when I was like, let me try different ways to do the vacuum lines. So let me show you how I had to do the vacuum lines on this. And this will also work for most any of them older Suzukis. It doesn't even have to be the same engine. Like, even the bigger ones have a similar setup, carburetor wise. So basically, you need a splitter. See that vacuum going into the casing right there? You need a three-way splitter, one to go into the tube that's going into the casing, and then you run one vacuum line over here to the little intake adapter. It has a hole in it. They come like that, and that's where you run your first vacuum line that splits off the T. Your second vacuum line runs over here to your fuel pulse, and that's what helps pump the gas up to the carburetor. It's basically taking the compression and pushing it out to the pulse, and from there it pushes it to the carburetor. But I could not find anything on YouTube to help me figure this out. It was kind of like just playing around with it, and it was a nightmare. I was almost ready to just sell it and give up on it, but I'm glad I didn't, because it's a blast to ride. Still got to get a front tire for it, but yeah. So if you're wondering how the vacuum lines hook up on one of these older Suzukis, this is really the only video you need to see, because I can't find, I couldn't find anything showing me exactly how to hook it up. So if you find yourself in the same boat I was in, this video is for you. Alright, got the stuff. I got the casing for the Hawk 250, Hawk 250, and that's going to be the next project. I'm actually going to try to film the repair work on it. But yeah, I also have a fuel petcock. That's what those vice grips are holding the fuel line shut right now. I ordered a fuel petcock. It should be here. The gas cap is missing because I used it on the three-wheeler. Worked perfect. But yeah, I got the casing in last night, so maybe later today or tomorrow I'm gonna try fixing that. Shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, that's where we're at. Anyways, if you like this kind of content or have any questions about anything and I can help you, leave them in the comments. If you have any advice, also leave those in the comments. Guess we'll see you next time. Peace.